Good afternoon to you. Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for Wednesday, the 9th of October, 2013. Tropics not real busy right now. We do have this one area, 98L, out there southwest of the Cape Verde Islands. Kind of a low chance of development overall, 30 to 40%. Really not that significant. You see just from this cloud cover shot, it's not very organized. The GFS does hold on to it, brings out into the central Atlantic and recurves it, tries to develop it some through here. Not very robust looking, and I don't know how much I trust that development that the GFS is showing, considering how meager the season has been. It's been very anemic, not much in the way of atmospheric support to get anything of significance to develop thus far. We also see off the mid-Atlantic states here what was partly the remnants of Tropical Storm Karen and an upper level low over I'll just show you on the water vapor here, over the Carolinas. You have an upper level low sitting back here, surface low sitting out over the Gulf Stream, upper level divergence in this area where the air is spreading out, and you have the makings for quite a potent nor'easter. And you can see that classic comma shape to it right here, very strong divergence going on, meaning that the air is rising and spreading out, so it's able to lift in the atmosphere. That's the lift that you need in order to get all this convection in here and energize the storm system. So that's coming from the atmosphere, and it is pulling moisture off the warm Atlantic, but this is not a heat-driven system like a tropical cyclone would be. So the wind and the energy is spread out over a pretty large area, mainly to the north and east of the center, which is down here, the low-level center. But it's getting a lot of energy from this upper-level low, kind of getting injected into it. And so it's different than a tropical cyclone. And, of course, just speculating here or hypothesizing, if air temperatures along this area were, let's say, in the upper 20s right now, this would be a blizzard of epic proportions. So most of the temperatures are in the 50s and 60s through this region, so about 30 degrees too warm for such conditions. But you never know. You get one of these coming up the coast in January or February and even into March, and you can have some really exciting weather depending on your position as to whether or not you like snow. Over eastern North Carolina, a lot of light to moderate rain covering the area. In fact, let's animate this, and you'll see the counterclockwise rotation to the rain bands. So definitely a surface low sitting out here south of Cape Lookout and Cape Hatteras. A few areas of pretty strong convective cells. Over those warm waters of the Gulf Stream, the water out here still in the mid-80s easily, and this is spinning back the precip shield over parts of eastern North Carolina on up into southeast Virginia, where the rainfall is heavier, even into Delaware, across the Chesapeake Bay. Just a nasty day through here. Keep that in mind if you have travel plans through the region. This is going to make for quite a difficult commute this evening in the tidewater of Virginia, all the way up the Chesapeake Bay area. And if we go a little bit farther to the north, you see up into the Delaware and Maryland area, still lots of onshore flow here. Just a miserable day along the Delmarva Peninsula, working its way across the bay and into parts of eastern Virginia, the eastern shore of Maryland, not quite into D.C. and not quite into Jersey, but it's headed that way. Looking at the eastern Pacific, we do have an invest area, 94E, I believe it is, right off the coast of Mexico, and this is probably going to go on to develop over time, an 80% chance of that occurring, according to the latest from the Hurricane Center. And the forecast models are indicating a track something like this over the next several days. Here's what that looks like. So you folks up here along the coast of Mexico need to watch this pretty closely as this moves along. Trough's going to dig in out west and change the steering flow to push this more to the north and east with time, and it is possible. The models are showing that this could become a hurricane. The water temperatures in this region still warm enough to support a hurricane, so this could be a newsmaker for portions of the Baja and or mainland Mexico here over the next 5 days or so. So we're going to be watching this quite closely. Elsewhere, things are nice and quiet as we move through the month of October so far. Nothing stirring in the tropics to be concerned with. Well, that is it for today. I appreciate you tuning in. Again, I am Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, my website. Always an honor and a privilege to be able to produce these videos for you on Hurricane Pro and HD. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'll be back tomorrow with more.